So I had a few days to think about this, and to tell you the truth, the curves I made are pretty good, but they need to be a little longer on both ends of the curve. I mean, it's just like this much short of the bottom sheet. I could just rivet that in, and it'd be a solid seal going over the top. Or, you know, on the top it could be a little longer there too. So I'm going to give this another try and see if we can replicate a good bend like I had before, maybe a little better, and see if that works out. Beans. Let's let that dry and we'll see what it does. Shoot, looks okay to me. We'll see how it fits on the airplane. And that's that for that. Oh, let's let that cool. Hey, we're putting flame onto a fabric-covered aircraft. That's got to be smart, right? Well, you know, I could have used the ladder that I used on that side, on this side, but I figured why not just stand on top of the wheel and be all cattywampus. You don't have to be smart to do this kind of stuff. You just gotta kind of just want to do it. Rather than using a new piece of fabric, I'm going to use a piece of old fabric. This came from the wings when I had to repair it after my little incident. And I think that this is going to work out pretty good. Okay, just to make things confusing, we're going to use actual aircraft cement for this fabric. So let's talk about what we just did. The glue had to be ironed. It heats up and it activates, and we did that along the bottom edge and then along the top edge as well. And we left that area in between unglued. I didn't want to run into any problems there. Now the top, it's all puckered and wavery and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on top and we're going to fix that. Hey, I almost forgot. If you like this shirt comes from Alec Steele. He runs a YouTube site that he does all kinds of forging and stuff. He's a dynamic guy. I just love watching him work. Always pushing himself, always trying to learn something new, which is good for any age. Let me tell you, your brain's a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. Kind of pretty this up just a little bit. We're going to use some edging tape here around the edges and along the top here. And this is where you can see where I went ahead and cut it and went in. You can also see that I'm not on quite a straight line, but I don't care about that. So we're going to go ahead and use our mighty fine Stewart System glue here. Oh, before we do that, we've got to put a seam down the edge of this so I know right where the center is. And the easiest way to do that is to fold over this corner, fold over this edge, and then run it down a edge like this, and that gives you a crease right down the middle. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this result. This is much better than what we had before. It looks better and it's more rigid. There's not going to be flapping around with it. And for the back piece, what I'm going to wind up doing is just taking some Hum&Hour tape, making a join with it, putting tape on the back of that, and then Velcroing it. I had a bunch of sexy plans for it, but the truth of the matter is, we'll just keep this really, really simple. And so that's it for this, and we'll see you next time.